Sniping. A word synonymous with not just Counter-Strike, but the entire first-person shooter genre as a whole. The word itself can generate different reactions from gamers all across the genre. These reactions can be good or bad, but thankfully for those of us that play Counter-Strike, we tend to have a positive view on sniping. We can think of the crazy flickshot compilations or even the countless talented snipers we've had grace us in the pro scene like Fallen, Simple, and Kenny S, just to name a few. I think my favorite thing is the fact that our sniper rifle, the AWP, has become a staple in gaming history. So much so that even when our rival Valorant came out with their main sniper, they called it the Operator, or OP in short, which, coincidentally, sounds the exact same as OP. A sort of homage to our OP and to help CSGO players feel at home when testing out the game. Hey man, could you drop me an OP? What's up everybody, it's time for another ProGuides video. My name is Boggs and I want to welcome you all back to the channel. Today we are going to be bringing you the ultimate sniping guide, mainly focusing on the AWP versus the auto snipers, but don't worry, I'll be touching on the scout as well, so remember to leave a like and subscribe, and let's jump straight into it. Now 3 Clicks Philip has made an extremely detailed video covering the differences between the G3 SG1 and the SCAR 20, and bless him for that. But I'm going to sum up that video right here, so we are all on the same page before I get hot and heavy with comparisons between the AWP and the autos. So long story short, the SCAR 20 is the superior auto sniper. It has more stopping power than the G3, meaning it slows down the enemies more when you tag them than the G3 will. And the big difference in the weapons is the SCAR 20's incredible reload time. It reloads in just 3.11 seconds, which is only about half a second slower than the AK-47's reload time, and is also the fastest reload of any sniper rifle in the game. Meanwhile, the G3 reloads at 4.65 seconds, which is one of the longest in the game, only being beaten by the machine guns. Once again, the Ts get the short end of the stick. Looking at you, Sadoff. And I'm sure a lot of you guys might be skeptical as to why I'm even talking about the auto snipers to begin with. They're inferior to the almighty AWP after all. And that's where you're wrong, unfortunately, since that little gun has some more life to it than you might have thought. Now before I pull off the gloves and go 10 rounds with the AWP and the auto snipers, I'm gonna have a little fun with our question of the day. In 2019, we saw the introduction of custom player models into CSGO. Unfortunately, there was extreme backlash over these models because the new version of Cache had just been released, and well, certain models seemed to blend right in to not just the map, but almost everywhere there was green foliage on any map. Now, I have my own personal opinion about the decision to make an entire map green, but that's besides the point. What faction do you want to see in the next set of agent skins? Would you like to see an updated version of the IDF on the CT side, Dust 2? Or maybe the Separatists from Inferno? I personally would love to see an updated version of the Anarchists from Office, but your opinion may differ from mine, so let us know in the comment section below, and let's get back into the video. Alright, so I could go hard into detail on the raw stats of the AWP and the auto snipers, but I feel like I would be handicapping one weapon over the others when that's not really how they're meant to be viewed. Yes, they are all sniper rifles. They have scopes, that and they double zoom, but their purpose in the game and what they're designed to be used for are completely different. For starters, the AWP has become this extremely versatile weapon. Now, it hasn't seen a major change to it since the move speed while being scoped in was decreased, rip to Kenny, yes, but that hasn't stopped people from reinventing the wheel, so to say. The AWP has been so loved by the community that we have given the AWP itself its own role in professional teams. We have AWPers. People have developed their own different styles of AWPing, so to say, as well. We've covered the different styles more in depth in a separate video, which you can check out here. The weapon is just far too good at isolating a singular target and taking them out. That's not to say you can't have collateral kills, but that's what the AWP is best known for. It's one shot, one kill potential. The only real difference among the AWPers being how fast and methodical you can take down more than one opponent. So then why is the AWP considered the best sniper rifle in the game? If we look past the one-shot killing machine that is the AWP, we will also see a pretty satisfying price point. It costs $47.50 to purchase an AWP, while the auto snipers cost $5K flat to get your hands on. So just the fact that the AWP is $250 cheaper than the alternative is a pretty good reason to pick up an AWP over an auto sniper. But I wonder if there's another reason that we shun the auto snipers. Before we move on though, I'd just quickly like to say that if you find yourself struggling to land those AWP shots, or just want to use all weapons more efficiently, you can always head on over to ProGuides.com where you can book a private session one-on-one with one of our expert coaches. They can help you with not just sniping, but important Counter-Strike fundamentals. If you're trying to improve as fast as you possibly can, or maybe even go pro, getting yourself a coach is the way to do just that. Now, I talked about the autos earlier, and now is the best time to bring them back up. We know the AWP excels in singular target takedowns. The auto snipers are the exact opposite. Now, this is not to say that they can't be used to isolate a singular target, but they excel far better than the AWP does in multiple target scenarios, or should I say, a target-rich environment. The autos with their fast rate of fire are just better suited to stop that insane rush. They are better for holding that bomb site down, whether it be before or after the bomb goes down. They're designed for you to dig in and hold a certain area effectively. The autos, unlike the AWP, aren't really meant to go looking for picks and pick a single player up before they're able to react, only to run away and try somewhere else again. Rather, it's a great tool to stop players from peeking you, either by holding heavily contested areas of the map that you know one or multiple of your opponents will peek, or by simply holding down the main entrance of a bomb site. The reason that it's so great at defeating rushes, or in general multiple opponents, is also why it's so much more forgiving than the AWP. It fires automatically, so whiffing that one crucial shot doesn't necessarily mean you'll also miss the kill like it would with the AWP. Even in the higher ranks, it has its place as a great gun to counter rushes and spam the choke point, regardless of if you get flashed or not. But in the lower ranks especially, it's truly monstrous, as getting instantly headshot isn't nearly as common, allowing you to quickly mow down multiple opponents or even entire teams. I think a lot of people stray away from this gun because it is considered newbie or because it's not as widely used as the AWP, at least in the pro scene. But remember guys, it's not the pros that discovered the AUG and the Krieg meta, it was the silvers, and they did it years before at that. Just because a gun is newbie, perhaps like the autos, P90, and the old scoped rifles, doesn't mean that you shouldn't abuse it. Maybe it's a crutch, but we already know that Valve won't be patching it for years to come, so why not use it? Now I always find it rather difficult to compare the auto snipers in the AWP or even the auto snipers in the Scout. It honestly feels like I'm comparing apples to oranges at times. Both of these weapons may be called snipers, but their functions and purpose couldn't be any further apart. Could you imagine a fully automatic AWP, or just another bolt-action rifle? The fully automatic AWP would be the most broken thing in the history of any game. It would probably receive nerf after nerf until it wasn't, well, an AWP anymore. Meanwhile, another bolt-action rifle that holds 20 rounds and deals less damage than the Scout would be arguably useless and see little to no play at all in the game. It would be one of those scratch your head and wonder why moments. Both of these snipers have been designed with their optimal use in mind. And once again, they do what they were designed to do extremely well. Despite the fact that honing noobs is perhaps not what the auto sniper was meant to be used for, it still achieves that very effectively. It's often hard for an inexperienced player to punish someone for buying an auto sniper and using it for its unintended purpose. As to truly punish it, you're required solid reactions and great pre-aim skills. Anyway, I've got one final stop to make on this Sniper Rifle Express. Now, the SSG-08 is often referred to as the budget AWP, and it's easy to see why. Its price point is $1,700, and that right smack in the middle of most of the budget-friendly weapons, such as the Galil and the FAMAS. But it does actually serve more of a purpose rather than just being a cheaper alternative to the AWP or the auto snipers. There's a reason it's called the Scout. Its purpose is to gather information, much like a scout would do in a time of war. This becomes more clear when we start to take a look at the weapon's stats, mainly the movement speed related ones. The Scout has the fastest movement speed out of all the snipers, scoped and unscoped. It has a faster firing rate than the AWP does, since you know you can't really beat a fully automatic with a bolt action. And it also has a faster recovery rate than the AWP. The Scout was truly designed to help you gather information around a map and keep you fast and mobile while doing it. It may not be a one-hit killing machine like its big brother the AWP, but it is certainly a weapon worth learning to use. Once you truly begin to master it, it even has exciting features like the ability to jump scout, or if you time it right, you can be perfectly accurate mid-air. So I think the best way to sum this all up is I don't think the AWP is going anywhere. The AWP is literally a staple in gaming history, and the auto snipers are, well, literally just that, automatic sniper rifles. They may feel noobish to use, and they are certainly a lot more forgiving than the AWP or even the Scout. And let's not forget that they are capable of domination in low-ranked lobbies, but they serve a purpose. They weren't just put into the game to give you an easy way out. Time still needs to be spent on learning the other weapons of the game and how they were designed to be used. Honestly, I feel like the auto snipers could maybe get a price drop or even a mini rework like the Negev had to help bring them more into favor with the other two sniper rifles. But only time will tell, and we know that Valve operates on a different clock than the rest of us. I hope this helped to, well, less noobify the auto snipers. If this helped you understand a bit more about all of the sniper rifles in the game, or maybe you learned something that you didn't know previously, leave us a comment down below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hitting that bell icon will help you stay up to date with all of the new content from our ProGuides team. And remember, if you want to take your game to the next level, head on over to ProGuides.com, where you will have the ability to work with our expert coaches and get a personalized experience from them. They can help set up an AWP training regimen, or hey, who knows, maybe you want to be the next, or well, the only auto sniper legend. They can help with that as well. I wish you the best of luck in your next matches, and I'll see you guys very soon with more content. Have a great day.